It's with a deep and heavy heart. I'm standing next to one of the things that makes me proudest about the United States, and that is getting everybody to tell the same story. When you have freedom, in the United States, it means that, well, some people will get off track and they'll try to go independent on you and try to tell another story and get people confused. If you watch cable TV, I'm sorry to be trashing my own medium here, but cable TV has allowed just about anybody to get on the air and just express any dang opinion they want. And it's kind of led to something that we got far away from when we was back in the 1940s. This whole thing, and I know that you younger people don't even know what we're talking about. I'll read it for you. Loose lips might sink ships. Well, actually, they took the might out because people were loose lips means you're just talking too much, you're just talking about stuff like airbag stuff. I mean, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't do the research, and then if you do tell something that ain't true, you don't come back and rectify it and get people back on track. Now, we made that whole big mistake about what boat it was, and I had to come clean on you about it. This is what's happened, and we are on a boat right now. I mean, if enough people up there start getting off track and kind of expressing themselves in the wrong direction, this whole boat's just going to go. I would pray and hope that all you people out there who have been following me and following what I'm standing upright for here, would take this to heart and remember what they did back there in World War II and World War I even, and World War III. All them wars, they did the same thing every one of the times. They just did it. When they didn't know what they was talking about, they just had to learn how to shut up. And I don't mean to be so sharp about it, but that's the dang truth. Well, one of the things that you don't think about when you're going on a real long ocean voyage, here in the Queen Mary, would be that you could get sick, and I'm not talking about seasick. Now, your HMO would have to have this kind of coverage for it, and you'd have to check with them on it, because sometimes they're real open about what they'll help. I had my tonsils out on my HMO, and I was like, I don't know, something like 48 years old when that happened, and they didn't look on there. I thought they probably thought I was 4 or 8 years old, and that's why they'd approve it. But because a friend told me he went to his HMO, which was a different one, tried to get his tonsils out at age 50, and they wouldn't do it. But you'd have to get your HMO to approve it, and how are you going to do that without a fax machine? So I was asking. It wasn't a captain here. It was a guy that took my bag into the airport. To the hotel here. They got a hotel on this boat. That's why I'm finding out all this stuff. And that man had come clean about it. That you could get just about anything done on this boat if you knew the right people and you had the right HMO coverage. When you're sitting down with your HMO and you're working out your coverages and you're saying what you want, if you want licorice with the surgery or all that stuff, that you could put in there a stipulation that, if I'm on one of these big steamships, that you could have the full coverage, because boy, they got some neat gear in here, and I'd like them to operate on me with some of that. I don't know if you can get a shot of that. They got everything in there, and it's real pretty too. So it kind of makes you want to get sick.